Hello ladies and gents, and today we are looking at the Tier 8 Premium wheeled light tank, the EBR 75 FL10. Now, what can I tell you about it? In its current role in the game, I'm not really sure where it stands. Is it a light tank? Is it a medium tank? For all intents and purposes, it's got the light tank characteristics, but let's have a look why I am not sure. The major overriding factor with this thing is, and I've got it set up as how you will receive it in the game with 100% crew, no camo. Obviously I've got my consumables on it at the moment, but just have a look at this. 310 meters view range. Now the tier 3 premium tank destroyer, the FCM Pack 36, has got a view range of a downside more than that, so other light tanks, other medium tanks are going to be out spotting the enemies before you do now. So how does this fit in within the role? First thing I'll do is I'll try and increase the view range on it. So I'll put in the crew that I've been playing with. It's the Christmas crew, and we'll see how much it changes it. So it puts it up to with situational awareness and also recon 335 meters. That's still not a great deal. So if we put on coated optics and we'll put on some vents, and then, well, as you notice here, you cannot put on binoculars. So I will put a camouflage net on it anyway for the times that I may need to be stationary. That's put it up to 377 meters, which is it's still really low. Now, how are you going to be able to get and spot the enemy tanks? Well, that's going to be done by the speed. This thing is nippy. It does 60 kilometers an hour forwards and backwards, so you can use your speed to get in and out of situations. You've also got a speed mode, or a rapid mode, which you use in the same way as engaging siege mode. You use the X key, or whether you've got a mouse button bound for it, and you can do that in and out, and it takes, well, 0.2 of a second to engage that. Also, you can do like a launch control from the very start. If you hold your handbrake down, press forward, get it up to full revs, release the handbrake, and you can even switch into speed mode and do exactly the same thing, and it gets you up to maximum speed in like 2 seconds, and away you go. It's fairly camouflaged. I mean, the camo rating of it stationary is 47.21 at the moment with the camo net and a full camo crew when it's stationary, and then when it's on the move it's got a 37.21. so we'll put a skin on it as well. I'm going to put one of these Christmas skins on it to see how that makes it. Let's have a look. Tempered glass, that'll do. We'll put that one on. So if we look at the camo of it now, there we go. That's got it up to 50.21 stationary and 40.21 on the move. But if we look at my ELC Even 90, another French Tier 8 Premium light tank, you can see a big difference here. The view range for that with a decent crew is 458, and also 54.69 while stationary and 44.69 whilst on the move. So as a light tank, the ELC Even 90 is a Tier 8 Premium, outclasses that. In terms of damage, with the ELC Even 90, as you know, it's got a 3-shot auto-loader with 220 damage per shot and 175 average pen. However, with the EBR 75, you've got a 2-shot auto-loader with an interclip of 1.5 and a loading time. I've got that down to 9.88 with this crew. Now, it's got 175 average damage, 180 pen with AP, and an aiming time of 1.1 seconds. So the average DPM is 1,846. It's also got an enhanced kind of auto aim, so you can right click on the vehicle somewhere there or nearabouts and it will snap to that target and you can get your shot off. And it's quite good. It's quite interesting. I'll show you that, or I'll try and show you that in some gameplay later on. What is also quite tricky with the vehicle is turning corners when you're slow. I mean, because it's wheeled, it doesn't traverse like the tank with tracks do, and you can find yourself doing some 4 or 5 or 6 point turns just to try and get out the way. So I found if I need to move on, then I'll handbrake boost it to try and get out of the way. Otherwise you're just a sitting target. If you get tracked or wheeled, or you lose one of your wheels, you really do lose your speed as well. So that's one thing you got to be careful of. I find it quite a tricky vehicle to play, so what I'll do is I'll show you some gameplay and then you can have a look and see what you think on it. So as you can see, I am bottom tier on the northeast base of Mannheim line, and I've set off with the boost mode, and like I say, within 2 seconds I've got myself up to 80 kilometers an hour. Now, although this spotting range isn't that good, I thought I would try and get myself into the bush at D7, and obviously because you've got 4 wheels there, just be careful of your turning and getting into position. Now also, before I got there, I also switched back from the rapid mode into the steady mode just to try and control it and not overshoot the bush, which I very nearly did. But we are sat waiting to see if we can spot anything. We spot a Batchat T25 AP who gets hit. I get 559 damage and he crashes. Now I'm also asking to target on the 12T, who does an amazing jump and goes into cover. So I'm just going to sit here and wait and see just a little bit longer in case anything else does pop up on the ridgeline at F4, and hopefully get some spotting damage out of it. I can't see the IS-3A because he is actually a lot further down the ridgelines down in the south than I first anticipated, not as I was going to fire on him. Anyway, the scores are 1-1, and I'm still sat here and I haven't spotted anything again since. And we have just lost our VK4502B, and we've also lost our T55A, so we're 2-1 down. However, the 430U has killed the IS-3A and the T30 has killed the 430. Now, we spotted a 65 and we spotted an SU-130 PM. I'm asking for the targets to be hit. Is anyone going to shoot? It's still shooting. An arty shot goes in and a second arty shot goes in, and the 130 PM is dead. Now, I didn't receive any assistance damage for that, although I am up to 1,424. The STRV has been spotted, but not by me, by the heavy tanks down at J8. But I'm still sat here waiting to see if I can spot anything else. While I'm waiting, I put 1 shot in, 2 shots in, 332 damage, and in doing so I've been spotted myself. So I hightail it out as quick as I can. You say I'm up to, well, it goes uphill, it's not quickest uphills, but I'm up to 60 kilometers an hour now. Is there any point me going back into the bush? No, there isn't. Now, this is where I think the vehicle does come into its own, because you've got the speed and mobility. I've got an awful lot of support down the bottom here, and there's a fair few tanks that haven't been spotted. So I go on what I call it a YOLO run, I don't know, but we spot the STRV and the FV4005. The Progetto has been hit, that's 411. Oh, that's 1500 assistance damage straight away. We've been hit by the Progetto for 339, and we've also got another 475 assistance damage in doing so. I'm thinking I've lost my spot now, so I'm just going to wait here until I'm 100%, look for the Progetto, and he is down to 52 health anyway, so I'm just going to poke my nose up, auto aim, take a shot, and well, I don't hit it, but anyway, I'll just poke my nose up, see what I can see here. Whilst I'm doing that, I'm just reloading, but I have been spotted. I forgot the STRV was there, and look at my wobbly wheel. He hit me in the wheel, and that made me have a wobbly wheel. So I'm just going to reverse myself down, knowing now the STRV is gone, and I'm just going to boost myself in up to 60, 70. I've got my speed on now, so I'm going to push it in. This is where we can go in and make use of the vehicle and its speed. And And how good is it in spotting? See how close we have to get to the enemy SPGs. I'm pretty much on it before I spotted it. That's 1 shot auto aim, 2 shots auto aimed in for 312. We'll keep circling, we keep him auto aimed, and we've also got 460 assistance on the Conqueror GC. We put a second shot in, finish off the SU, and a nice little jump there. And we can, while that tank is highlighted with those red crosses, we can still auto aim him. So we left click, right click, and finish off the Conqueror GC. Now we're highlighting and auto aiming on the 212A. We try and take a shot, but he's finished off before, and I have a second one, and I get hit by the AMX M449L for 304. So I'll try and hightail it round. We've turned it round from being a close game to being 12-4 in the lead. So I'm still using my speed and my mobility to drive around. I'm not going to be able to penetrate the AMX M445, so we're looking for the Batchat 12T. So whilst I'm still in the speed mode, I'm going to take myself down along, and there he is. He's still on 919 health. But we have a Jagdpanzer E100 in support. He's coming down. I auto aim on him, and he bounces me for 170, which is quite a shock, really. We've still got 2 shots on him. We'll put one in and put another shot into him for 376. This is where the mobility of this vehicle is a little iffy. It's a little dodgy. If you're not going at any particular speed, nice little dodge with the 430U there. If you're not going at any particular speed, you can't turn. However, we're just waiting to reload. He's bounced me again for 170, and we just reload and we get one in and finish him off. And unfortunately, I was killed by our own arty. Never mind. Let's have a look at the results. So as you can see, it was a first class battle, and I also received fire for effect. I also got a spotter. I also got bruiser. Also, I got a Percussi's medal and the scout medal. Now according to this, it was 203,686 credits, 2,956 experience, and 4 bonds. We will look into how I got those shortly. I scored 1,375 damage with 2 kills, and now we will look into the report in a bit more detail. I fired 14 shots, 11 of which were direct hits, and only 9 of them I penned, and a lot of that is down to the use of the auto aim feature. As I said, the damage was 1,375, and none of that was from a distance of more than 300 meters. I received 5 hits, 2 of them penned, and 3 of them didn't, which I found quite amusing because I had 170 damage blocked by armour from the Batchat 12T. I spotted 9 enemy vehicles. I damaged the 4 and killed the 2, which were the 2 artillery pieces, but I did get 5,727 assistance damage, and that I fear was down to the, well, aggressive spotting towards the end. You could see at the start of the battle that the passive scouting didn't really work as much as it could have done, although I did get some assistance to begin with. I travelled 4.18 kilometres. Now, I am running a premium account, but if I wasn't, I would have earned 75,897 credits, which is good. Obviously, I've got the missions and events running, which made it another 80,240. And I also got a nice 3,840 for being killed by the arty. So the total amount was 159,977 credits. Take off the resupply and the repair, and it was a net profit without premium of 149,918. However, I am running a premium account, so my grand total of profit for everything, including the holiday ops bonuses, which people are going to be getting at the moment, was 189,787 credits, which is nice. Like I say, it is a premium vehicle. You are going to be getting that sort of income at the moment with the holiday ops and the like. In terms of experience, my base experience was 1,126. I also got a reward for completing missions and events for another 1,098, plus the bonus for premium, which is 112, totaling Without premium, 2,336. Now, with it being the premium account, the total EXP was 2,956. So there you go, folks. The Panhard Tier 8 French Premium Light Vehicle, the EBR 75 FL10. Now, I find myself asking the question, where does this vehicle fit in with the game? Well, apart from the obvious benefits you get with it being a premium vehicle, is it a scout? I don't know. It's not a medium tank, that's for sure, but in terms of scouting, if you want to be passive, you're never going to be really forward enough to be able to provide the information for your team without the possibility of getting spotted yourself. And in terms of being an active scout, I think you're going to be ultra active, ultra aggressive, and quite possibly going to be overextending yourself and getting into tricky situations. But it's a unique kind of play which I'm currently struggling with. Yeah, I'm not the best player in the world, but I'm no means the worst player. I am an average player, but it is quite a tricky vehicle to get used to playing. But I think once I do get used to it and used to its parameters, it should be fun. Now, I don't know when it's going to be for sale yet, and I'm not 100% sure if it's worth it for everybody. There may be people that enjoy playing it, and good for you that do, and there may be people that just won't entertain it at all. My worry is, like it or hate it, that there may be issues for Artie, because you have potential of being a YOLO scout and rushing straight to where the SPGs are and getting through because of the speed at the sacrifice of the vehicle. But that's so be it. That's a risk you're going to have to take. So is it worth it at the moment? I'm not really sure, based on the gun is okay, the camo rating is good, the speed of it is good, but the view range, it really does mean you're going to have to get stuck in and drive your way in and out of situations, which is, I suppose, why you've got the mobility of the vehicle. But anyway, be interested to see what your thoughts are on it as and when it is introduced into the game. So take it easy, folks. See you later.